I started saying, oh, I want to build like a free park, and people said no, like you can't make it free. People have to pay, like it's not going to work. Like you must charge them $1.
What's the setup now? How are you running this? Because obviously it's going to have to be funded, it's going to have to be taken care of. How does it work for now?
Yeah. But then I realized that, I mean, like, life is not all about money. For me, the most valuable thing is experience. Something that's really fundamental for me is the fact that I'm not going to be here forever. I want to build these spaces elsewhere as well. I don't know, I think one of the main things is when I first came to Zim with the skateboard, then a lot of people were telling me like, oh, like, you're going to break all the kids. Like, kamuga, and they say like, you'll break.
Alrighty, so man, thank God it's not raining particularly today, because how we do it on Views and Vibes, we like to go to the person and talk about something while we're looking at it. And today we're actually right here at Samkele Park. That is where it's happening. We're here to speak to Robby Kimmel. This is the man who's been on everybody's lips. Everyone is talking about kids, well, you know, skating and everything. But really, who is behind all of this? And that's what we're on about. Ladies and gentlemen, we're right here, Samkele Park. Welcome to it, Views and Vibes with JVan. And of course, my name is DJ JVan. And joining us today is the man that we want to get to know deep, Robby Kimmel. Alrighty, welcome to Robby Kimmel. So this is what's happening, bruh. This is what I have. You correct me later. You're a business and finance grad, a volunteer, Africa project manager for Meta. You are the Push project founder. What else are you?
That's a good question. I guess like I don't really like to define myself in one certain way, and I try to expand and be lots of different things. So I guess what I call myself sometimes is a creator, whether that be like media or creating a community around skateboarding. But yeah, I think like I'm also a fashion designer, and I don't know, I just like to create different things. If it's funny things, lots of different things. So I call myself a creator.
And now we call you Mlungu Omnyama. I saw you speaking in Sindebele. I was like, yo, what have you done to this guy? Alright, so bro, let me be honest. I've been watching your moves. And you know, whenever things are happening, you know, everybody gets interested. But now I was like, who is this guy? That because it's not like you are everywhere, but the evidence is everywhere. For example, you can be in Chinotimba, there's a bunch of kids skating. You can be this side, there's a bunch of kids skating. And I'm asking myself, who is this guy who has come and in such a short space of time has created, you know, all this noise, and then boom, we hear that you're gonna be building something, and you know, and a whole lot of that. But we are gonna get to that. But for now, bruh, I'm interested in the man, you know, the man behind this, you know, this whole mission. Basically, if you were to be asked who is Robby, earlier on you just mentioned you wouldn't want to be defined. But then let me ask it this way. When I was looking, when I was just doing, you know, a little bit of research, so I discovered you're a business and finance grad. And then the first thing in my mind is, why would you leave business and finance and then in your country, that is America, and then come, you know, and prefer to come and do this?
Yeah, I guess like regarding your first question as to who is Robby, I guess that's something that I'm still trying to find out as well. I think life is like a process of growing and finding who you are, and my time that I've spent in Zimbabwe has definitely shown a lot about myself and helped me learn so much, like a lot more than I would say than I learned in my university. Like I did business and finance, and I learned a lot, and a lot of it went away quickly because it's all these things you memorize in like how to use Excel and spreadsheets and those types of things. And I quickly learned, like I did a couple internships in the US with some of these like insurance or finance or business related companies. And I became like so uncaptivated. I would find myself falling asleep at the desk because like, for me, I felt like my life was so much more than just numbers and spreadsheets, and I had the opportunity to go and do something that I actually had interest in rather than just something that you forced to do just to make money. So like a lot of people, they work away their young years and then they want to go explore the world later on once they have money. But for me, I wanted to use my young years when I'm still able to go and make an impact, and I still am like driven, and I have a lot of like inspiration, and I wanted to get out there and do it while I still can.
Right, let's rewind a little bit back. Where did you grow up in exactly in the US? And, how was your upbringing? What kind of family and in what kind of neighborhood, in which city?
Yeah, so I grew up in San Francisco, California, which is in the northern part of California. Then when I was 11 years old, I moved to San Diego, which is the southern part of California, which is more like beach towns and surfing and
the
stuff.
nicer side.
Yeah, a little, I mean, it depends what you call nicer, but yeah, the weather was definitely very nice there. So like, I grew up in like pretty nice community, and I grew up in a small private school, and yeah, things were very good. I mean, I didn't have many complaints, I guess, and but for some reason I felt like I didn't really fit in the areas that I was from. Like, I think maybe because I came from a new place in San Francisco, and I grew up in a city where lots of things were going on. Then I came to this small private town, and so like a lot of people, they were like, oh, who's this new kid? And yeah, I don't know, I found that a common theme. Like, I don't really find myself fitting into certain groups and stuff, and at first I wanted to like fit in. I was like, no, I want to be normal and I want to fit in like them. Then I realized what makes me different is what makes me me. And so I'd rather embrace those things rather than trying to force myself to fit into something else. So rather than trying to define myself as this is who I should be and this is who I should not be, I just kind of started learning who I am myself. And so that was a really good blessing for me. And I would say anyone who's listening out there, like, don't let people force you to be some type of way. Keep in trying to like, whatever makes you different, that's what makes you special. So you should embrace it. Like, you're JVan because you're JVan, not because you're Robby, and that's what makes you special, So, and you have a passion for spoken word and for music and things like that, and I don't expect you to all of a sudden now be spreading skateboarding within the communities, So just because it's a new thing here, you find your way, which can help us, which is through exposure through your media, right? So here you are, and you're helping us push our initiatives through your way, rather than saying, okay, let's make videos about skating. You're trying to learn something else about me, so I think that's cool, man. So thank you for coming out, bro.
Nice one, fam. Anytime. So one thing I thought of, so now I want to come to maybe your thought process when you decided, say, to leave the States and come here. Were you like at home and you say, you mentioned that, you say, you let me first travel, or let me first discover myself in my young years, and then instead of traveling later on. But as you're thinking there, in your thought process, did you think, let me go to Zimbabwe? Did you think, let me move around Africa? How did you even land here? Like, how did you choose to be here?
Yeah, so I guess how I ended up in Zimbabwe was, so I was working with a nonprofit organization called Matter, which is based in Minnesota, which is a state in the US. So when I was in high school, I did some voluntary experience with them where I was sorting some medical supplies in their warehouse. So one of the main things we do is we take like birthing beds or different hospital like equipment, which is outdated in the US. So things have an expiry date. So they'll say, oh, you can no longer use this in the US, but it still has a lot of life. So then we take them and bring them, say, to Zimbabwe.
Where they're needed.
So I was working in that warehouse for some time, and at first, like, my parents, they forced it upon me, actually. They're the ones who were like, no, we don't want you messing around on your summer break. So you're going to go here and do this. And at first, I was, like, really mad at them. I wanted to go and spend my time with my friends and doing what teenagers do. So then, like, but I realized that was one of the best, like, blessings of my life, and it really helped me grow a passion for helping others. So I feel like a lot of people these days, it's all about, like, what's in it for yourself and not really what's in it for others, especially when you go to like the US, or if you go to Europe in some of these westernized countries. It's really like a individualistic aspect of life, and it feels like you're in your own little bubble and kind of loses a sense of community. You come to some of these places like Zim, and you realize that there's more community in a way. And like places that can be struggling can sometimes have many people who are more willing to help each other, which for me is like, it's something that I didn't expect. Like a lot of people who are very wealthy in the US, it's always like, it's never enough, they still want more. It's never enough. And they might have enough forever, but still they don't want to share it with others. So I didn't want to have that same mentality. So like Matter, the organization which I was working with, our biggest base outside of the US is in Victoria Falls. So here we have like hospital programs, feeding programs, educational programs, sports programs, but I saw nothing was really going with community. Nothing was there to build community from its heart.
Yeah.
So that's what led me to want to build like a community space for the youth, because I like, so with Matter, I ended up coming here, and once I graduated university, my dad was trying to get me to go and work for his company there.
Yeah, notice he's also a finance guy.
Yeah, he's a finance guy. That's what led me to do finance at school. I always wanted to be like my dad.
Oh, that's cool.
I wanted to be a CEO. I wanted to be some big boss one day.
Yeah.
Hopefully
and you still may be. I mean, come on.
Maybe, yeah. But then I realized that, I mean, like, life is not all about money. For me, the most valuable thing is experience.
Yeah.
So I wanted to go out and experience something new. So I decided once I graduated university to come to Zimbabwe for 4 months to volunteer. And I was really inspired by an initiative in Uganda called the Uganda Skateboarding Society.
Oh, okay.
So I saw like a little girl skateboarding with no shoes on in the middle of Uganda.
Yeah.
And like for me, that had such an emotional connection. I've never felt a calling to do something like that.
You can tell somebody wants this and they're doing it with whatever they have.
Yeah.
They're doing with what they, what they have. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like in my room and I was watching the video and I just started crying. Like, I don't know why. So then I just like took it as my mission. Didn't really have a large scale plan, but I wanted to come to Zim with some skateboards and figure out.
Scale plan, my friend.
Yeah. It developed, you know. That's what happens.
We have to give props where they choose.
Yeah.
This may have not been the plan, but this is high level.
Yeah,
high level.
true, man.
Now I want to circle around somewhere. Was skateboarding always your thing? Like, when did you start skateboarding?
Yeah, so I started skating when I was like 10 years old, when I was still living in San Francisco. One of my family friends had 2 sons that were getting out of skating, so they gave me like 5 skateboards.
Oh, okay.
So then I was like, oh damn, like this is sick. And I just started learning how to push, but I never really got like into it like that.
Yeah.
Then like when COVID hit, I found myself lacking hobbies.
Oh,
so that's when I really was like, what should I do? Then for some reason skating like was calling me. Then that's when I saw the video in Uganda and things started to unfold for me.
All right.
So yeah.
I wanted to make that link, like you just came through. Was it not your hobby? Was it, I was just trying to make the connections. It's something that you grew up loving before, actually bringing it to Vic Falls.
No, I always loved the feeling of skating and like, but it wasn't until COVID where I really like grew a deep passion and a love for it. And like for me, when I'm skating, it's one of the most free feelings that I can have. Like you just feel like, I don't know, everything is lifted on your chest. Like it's the same for a lot of different sports and exercises. It helps you like get your mind off what might be going on at home or what might be going on that's negative in your life, and you can just have an escape. So I had an escape there, and I wanted to offer that same sense of feeling and escape to kids who maybe never had that same thing.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, I got to come to Zim and like and give this same feeling that I get to other kids here. So that's where we're at.
That's pretty cool, my guy.
Thanks, bro.
Before we move on, just a quick message here. Travel smart this festive season with Sisiwe Travel, your trusted booking agency for everything Victoria Falls. Christmas and December are around the corner, and here is a quick travel tip. Victoria Falls fills up fast during the holidays. Book early means better options and also better prices. At Sisiwe Travel, we'll sort out your accommodation, boat cruises from just $25, game drives, abseiling, and more. Whether you're planning a family holiday, a romantic escape, or a solo adventure, we'll help you find the perfect lodge, guest house, or hotel. Just WhatsApp 0777 011 812. That number again, calls or WhatsApp 0777 011 812 to check availability and secure your spot today. Sisiwe Travel, explore better, book smarter. And of course, I'm with Robby Kimmel, Views and Vibes with JVan. That's how we roll. We are actually recording live from Samkele Skate Park. So this is where it's happening. This is the newest, I think this is the newest development. So it's so crazy. A month ago, I was at the helipad, and I remember Dr. Mkwa saying this is the newest development. And then today I met another new thing, and I'm like, no, this is actually the newest development that we now have. Hey man, congrats. So I just want to go back a little bit now into your life. How many countries have you lived in? Was it straight US to here, or rather have you visited?
No, I lived in London for some time, so I lived in the UK. Then in the US, I lived in San Francisco, San Diego, and Denver, Colorado, where I went to university. So yeah, I've lived in like 5 different places so far.
The reason I'm asking that, now you've been in those places and they're all over there. Now you come to Zim. What are like your biggest surprises? Like, you know, you're in another country now. And when you came here, did you come straight to Vic Falls or it was straight here?
Yeah, I came to Vic Falls.
Biggest surprises?
Yeah, I would say like one of the things that surprised me the most was actually the way that my friends in the US like saw what I was doing. Like when I first told them that I'm moving to Zim to teach kids how to skate, they thought that I was crazy. And they said, is there water in Zimbabwe? Do people live in huts? Do they live in mud huts? Like,
man, what's going on? Why is there so much misconception, particularly in America and Europe, from maybe what you know, what you have learned? Because it's always the case, even when you're handling a tourist, they seem to have a lot of surprises.
I think it's because they listen to what other people tell them instead of going to find it for themselves. So for me, one of the main things that I like is like a lot of people might say, oh, like, why would you, like, in the US, the government says that Zimbabwe should be a place of high caution for traveling. Not because of because of disease and because of violence and things like that, but I mean, I've been here a long time and I've seen other places in Zim. I hardly see violence except when I go to Chino's beer hall and I see a guy who can't buy a chibuku, bruh. So it's like, it's like, I don't know, it's just like today a lot of people, they just listen to what others say instead of going out and finding it for themselves. So I would say, man, like if you have a passion and you're interested in something, then don't let other people tell you how it is. Like go and research it and find out for yourself, because the world is seen in so many different perspectives. The same way Vic Falls is for me is not the same way for you. You know, like, so, I mean, how can, you might go to one of the worst areas on earth for JVan, but for me it's the best area. So how can you say what's good and what's bad? Like go and explore and find it out.
But now let's talk about the challenges. You're also in a new place, so there has to be some things where you're like, okay, now how do I do this, you know? When you first arrive.
I mean, there's a lot of challenges, especially like I worked with the council on this initiative because this is council's land. So for me, I found a lot of trouble, like sometimes working with them, because like it's always kind of what's in it for me and stuff I've seen. So then it's like, I don't know, if you're not going to pay for it, but you want to invest in the community, but then it's still like hard. So I've seen like, also not just with the council, but like in general, like investing in the community can be overlooked because it doesn't have a return to someone.
To someone specific.
It's a return to everyone, you know? So it's like, when I first said
these community things, you know.
Community things are essential, you know? That's how you change communities. You can't say, oh, like, the people are suffering, but we don't want to invest in the community. How can you expect any change? So like, I started saying, oh, I want to build like a free park, and people said no, like you can't make it free. People have to pay, like it's not going to work. Like you must charge them $1.
What's the setup now? How are you running this? Because obviously it's going to have to be funded, it's going to have to be taken care of. How does it work for now?
I mean, businesses, they have CSI initiatives, right? Something that goes to the community. So like, no, like this place will always be free for the community. So there's no money involved, and like if businesses want to help out to pick up trash in terms of return for a sponsorship or putting a sign up, then it's cool, man. Like I believe the best way in life is a win-win situation. You know, like instead of someone winning and someone losing. So I mean, there's all these win-win situations that we can find around the world, and so it's just like, that's what this place is. It's a win for the community, and that's the main thing.
Now I want us to go now and talk, you know, about skateboarding. Earlier on you mentioned that, you know, your first experience was through the guy who actually, you know, gave you those 5 skateboards. Now I want us to talk about the project. Maybe I'm the only one who wasn't understanding. Meta is the one that brought you here, but this is Push Project, right?
Yeah, it's Matter, it's Push Project. So like, Matter is more of like a large-scale organization, and Push Project is focused on like building up the youth through skateboarding and other activities like that. So Push Project is a non-profit which I started myself, and so like when I first came to Zim, I was skating in Dibutibu, if you know the Jafuta Foundation, which is near Monde.
Yeah.
So then I was skating there and I saw kids, they were riding on their knees and on their butts. And I told them, like, guys, that's not the right way to skate.
Yeah.
Then I started realizing that's what's so beautiful about skating is that there is no right or wrong way. It's about having fun.
Yeah.
So as long as you're pushing, then you're going in the right direction. So that's why I called it the Push Project.
Oh,
So,
all you need to do is just push, however you do.
Exactly.
Okay.
You want to go on your hands. If you want to do a handstand, then you're still pushing, bro. So, but no matter, like, one of the main things they do is they try to incubate new organizations. So like they helped me from the ground to build up.
Oh,
so they're the ones who helped me with like organizing funds from the US to bring them here, and they do fundraisers that side and just like have a larger scale connection and a network. And they helped me to grow my organization. Push Project.
Makes sense. So which means this will never end, because after you might pick up somebody who is similar probably, or has got other visions and stuff, and then the project continues. Wow. Bro, I want to talk about misconceptions about skateboarding. What misconceptions have you come across, have you heard, or that people have, about skateboarding?
Yeah, I don't know. I think one of the main things is when I first came to Zim with the skateboard, then a lot of people were telling me like, oh, like, you're gonna break all the kids. Like, kamuga, they say like, you'll break.
Kamuga, that's what I remember first days when I would see the kids. I'd be like, when did you start skating? And that type of thing.
Yeah, but like in reality, it's quite similar to a bicycle. Once you learn how to do it, it's not like you're just gonna fall over and like break your neck or something, So like, we've been skating here for now over 2 years and we haven't had any serious injuries. So hopefully I can prove to people that it's about fun rather than being such a dangerous activity. Also, like, I've had some trouble with the police telling me that this is not,
ask you that.
They say this is not a mode of transport, but a transport is something which brings you from point A to point B, right? Skateboard is exactly transport. And like sometimes they tell us that it's illegal, but there's no legislation which says that it's illegal. So it's a gray area.
It's a gray area.
Yeah. So we've had a little bit of a hard time with them, especially in the beginning.
And I guess, this is a new thing, man. I mean, earlier on when I was doing my research, I loved how when I just went to Google and I said skate parks in Zimbabwe. And then it goes, the main skate park in Zimbabwe is the Samkele Skate Park in Victoria Falls, which opened in November 2025. It's the country's first public skate park and serves as a community hub for youth development and empowerment. There may also be other smaller or community-run projects such as the Green Groove Skate Park in Chimanimani. Shout out to them as well. Apparently it was promoted in 2020. So this is the kind of information that you actually get if you just say skate park in Zimbabwe. But I'm bringing this now just to say, this is a newish thing. And everybody, as much as they might love it, they need to be careful around it. How do we legislate this? And is it also not public nuisance, which is one of the best things about having a skate park? Because now you don't have kids skating all over. Now you have kids, skating. But I also came across another story about you being arrested on the first days. I don't know if you had just arrived or something when, you're skating somewhere. Must be these areas here, Emayatin.
Yeah, we were skating by Miombo Muse. That's where we used to like...
Oh yeah, because it's quieter there, that road.
Yeah, there's one road there that's very quiet.
Very quiet
and it's
tarred.
tar. So that's where like, I was staying at Miombo at the time. So naturally that's where the skate club started. The Victoria Falls Skate Club started there.
Okay.
So I would start bringing out like 20 skateboards and we would skate on that road. Things went well, and then, I don't know, like, eventually police, they kicked us out. They said they don't want you to skate on the roads, but they don't want you to play in the roads, but there's no public area for children to play either. So I saw it as like a big problem.
I guess they actually even inspired you more even to maybe probably have an idea of actually having a proper,
it did, for sure. Like within my first week in Zimbabwe, I knew that I wanted to build a community park. Like I saw that there's nowhere for kids to go. Within my first week, I saw that there was something that was missing. And like kids, I think they deserve like a safe place to go and play. Like kids shouldn't be forced to play in the streets where they're exposed to a lot of the negative things like drugs and alcohol. I think it's so normalized here is like you save up a few dollars to go and buy a beer, and then like, I don't know, if that's like the cycle of life and every day, then like and that's what kids are looking up to in the generation above them, then how can you expect
they become
them?
teenagers, they just move.
Yeah, how can you expect them to change? So
yeah.
I think how you create change is from the roots, from the children. So that's why I'm trying to spread positivity to these kids and show them that there's a lot more to life than just like, I don't know, I think a lot of people that use substance to like escape maybe the situation at hand, right? Maybe like, but there's so many other ways to escape.
Yeah.
A lot of kids these days now, they use their phones to escape. They all have phones. So some of them, they tell me, I'd rather live my life on TikTok because they see someone else has a better life than them.
Oh yeah.
Like they'd rather have
that's
that.
One of the toughest things about social media now. Even adults are affected by that. You on there, everyone is giving you their best or their fake. And kids are gullible.
Yeah.
So essentially, if they are seeing things on TikTok, they might actually want that life, which is why we need actually more of these type of things, and for different, even sports and stuff, so that they can actually experience life in real time, not watching other people live life.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
really
life is
tricky.
beautiful, and you should get outside. You shouldn't be stuck on your phone and wishing you had a better life. You can actually make a difference towards your life and make it better. They're like, no matter what situation you come from, I know that there's a way to make you have a positive life. It doesn't matter where you come from. Like, so that's why I just try to get these kids, like, as you can see, they're all having a lot of fun. No one is fighting.
Definitely.
No one is like, no one's angry here, We just have fun and we keep smiles on our faces, and that's what it's about, so.
Yeah, nice stuff, bro. Can you think of a moment, I know you told me about the kid, but I need a moment where you think, or where you saw skateboarding change somebody's life. Where you can say, you know what, I think skateboarding changed. Anything you can think of.
It's crazy, like, because the things, they happen over time, So it's not something like overnight where you're like, wow, like, that's crazy. But like, I've seen a lot of kids, like, not only do they become like really good skaters, but it's so much more than that. Like, kids who are becoming leaders. Like, something that's really fundamental for me is the fact that I'm not going to be here forever. I want to build these spaces elsewhere as well. So you can't just like leave and hope that things will be okay. You need to make sure that it's in the right hands, So
it's in the right hands.
So I've been like creating leaders. We have Albert, who's one of like the main captains of the skate club. He's the president of the Victoria Falls Skateboarding Club. So as I go away, I'm actually leaving this Thursday for 6 weeks. And so Albert will be in charge of everything. So nothing will change. The kids will still be skating here every day. Whenever a kid comes to me and they say, this kid's not sharing with me, I say, I'm not the one who does this stuff. You need to go speak with Albert.
So that they get used to the system and understand the system. Yeah.
And like, Albert is one of the people that I've seen the most change. Like, the first day that I met him, he asked me if he could film us skating. He was very shy. He didn't know how to speak to us. I'd say that's a common theme. A lot of the kids, like, at first they were very shy. I think a lot of them have opened up and they've like blossomed into like really nice, like, young gentlemen.
Characters are showing out there.
Yeah. They're confident. They're leaders. We used to put a camera in their face and they would be silent, like they couldn't talk. And now they jump in front of the camera and they don't care.
I saw one you did with the kid when you're showing them a book and stuff, and she just comes straight to the camera and she's like, wow. I'm like, okay, something is happening here, You can tell there's a little bit of more confidence coming from the kids.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's so much more than just skating. If you come and you spend a couple days with us, you'll realize that it's a lot more than that. This is like a community, and we're building up each other, and like, not just skating at all. Like, it's a lot more than that.
Bro, how does Samkele come about? I know what it means. Samkele means welcome, but like, what's the direct inspiration behind you picking that name,
Yeah, I guess like a lot of times when people start a new project, especially coming from a different country to Zimbabwe, maybe they want to name it after themselves because then they get recognition, right? So I could have called it like Robby's Park or like the Kimmel Park or something. For me, I don't like that at all. It's not about me. And like, if you look around the park, you won't find my name anywhere. Like, I don't care if anyone knows that it's me or not. What matters is what people see within the growth in the community and the youth. So like, why I chose Samkele is because I also saw that there was a bit of like racial division in town, like not really a sense of equality. Like, a lot of the white people, they own many of the businesses, but there's not really like a community space where you can say that everyone is equal, no matter your like your gender, your age, your economic status, where you come from. So I wanted to create a space where whether you're a tourist, you're local, you're white, you're black, no matter what color you are, you could just be people. So that's why it's called Samkele. Like, no matter who you are, you should feel welcome here.
Oh, that's great, bro.
Yeah, so that's why, like, I also strategically...
Dig up to that.
Yeah, thanks.
Dig up to that, man. Social cohesion, inclusion, those are really quite touchy, but things that need to be dealt with as well. Without fail. And
I mean, it's relatively new. Like the end and the independence of Zimbabwe is a quite new thing, you know. So it's like, I don't know. People think that these things should just be silent, and you should keep living on the way that you are with separation. But I mean, like, I think it's only right to become together, like in my mind. And so, like, many of the white people I've seen, even maybe they think I'm crazy. Like I don't know. The way that I interact with people, I don't see any difference in who you are. So I try
You're not doing like they're doing, fam.
I just try to create an example that, like, I don't know. Like when I first started skating in chinos and Mkosana, people would say to me, Makiwa, Murungu. Now, like, I realized, I was like, damn, like, white people, they seem to not really come here because it seems very surprising for them to see me here.
Everyone,
So then I was like, man, maybe we could change this. Now when I go into those same areas, kids, they scream, Robby, Robby, and I don't even know those kids. Like,
now
it's
they
like
know
I become like the hood hero or something.
You're now part of the community.
Exactly.
It's no longer Mkiwa.
At first I kind of felt weird about it, like people screaming at me, white person, white person. If you went to the US and someone saw you on the street and they were screaming black person, it would seen as very derogatory. Like it would be seen as an insult, you know? So for me, where I come from, that's the way it sounds. So at first I was like, oh, like, why are these people are insulting me because of the color of my skin? But I've also realized that it's also a sense of surprise. It's not really like an insult, but it's like, whoa, like, you are. Like, so, I don't know.
I get you fully. Man, you mentioned that, you know, at some point, of course, this time around, you're just going away for 6 weeks and you're going to be back. But at some point, you might want to, you know, take this whole idea to other places and stuff. Why do you think it's important to have, you know, this kind of projects just going globally? And also, how can it affect, you know, the world? Because when I say taking the projects elsewhere, I'm talking about similar places that like this, but how then can we find a way, or rather, how can we cause them to affect the whole globe as an effect?
I think like play is so fundamental to children that it needs to go like everywhere. And a lot of people, they think like, I don't know if it's especially a theme in Africa, but as you grow up, then you're not supposed to play anymore. It's like, why does your life have to be so serious? Like, for me, one of my favorite quotes is...
It's a little bit of our culture. If you're an adult and you're just going around buying a lollipop, and I do that a lot. It's who are you buying this for? It's, you know, we do naturally in our culture, we don't play much. Adults don't never used to do that, you know, when I was growing up and stuff. And I think a little bit of us also got it, you know. You don't really play much when you grow up. I like came here and I was eating jumbo when I was first out here. Kids are like, oh, why are you eating that? That's for children. I like it. It's a snack. Why do you care? I guess it's just you know, how we're socialized and stuff. Like I was saying, I do a lot of lollipops, sweets, what. And there's a particular tuck shop that I buy from near my house. In the beginning, those girls will be like, it's now like they know. There's that. Well, the times, you know, in the kasi, well, now Malume, there's that party there, it's...
Well, I feel like one of my favorite quotes is, you don't stop playing when you get old because you stop playing. I don't know, life is short and you don't have to take it so seriously. Like, I understand that maybe some people, they come from a situation where life can be hard and that you need to work hard, but you also should play, like... And playing doesn't just mean going out and, like, getting drunk or something. Like, that's fun sometimes, but like...
It's quite unfortunate. It looks like that's everybody's game. If we're being honest, it's like everybody's game. People don't know what to do on Friday except one thing. People don't know what to do on Saturday except one thing. And I don't know, man. That mindset might need to change. You know?
I mean, it's not so beneficial to the youth, I don't think, is to see that as like, that's what's fun for like the people that I look up to. Then like
everyone is just saying, you know what, I want to grow up and drink.
It's like so embedded in the culture, and I've seen like so many of the activities in Vic Falls are catered towards the tourists. and not really towards the locals. So the only activities for locals are like going to the bar, basically.
It's just
so I wanted to create a space that doesn't really have that like feeling. Like this is a space where hopefully you can come and enjoy without having to do anything. Just come and enjoy the nature. Like I've seen when you want to go in the national park, you have to pay. When you want to go see the waterfall, you have to pay. You want to go to the bar, you gotta like go pay for drinks. But here, like it's free for everyone. You can just come and enjoy.
Just come and enjoy. Sit under a tree. Fresh air. Watch the kids play. Just you know.
It's good for your mental health to get outside and lay down. Like I don't know. People oftentimes here, they don't think about mental health too. They think men are supposed to be strong and that you're supposed to provide and that you can't cry and that you can't feel bad and that you can't feel sad. But that's the way that life is. If you hold in your emotions, then it's only gonna add up and keep building and building until you break. Like, so I don't know. There's things that people should talk about. It doesn't have to be that way. And like a lot of people, they told me, like things are not part of the culture. Say like, oh, that's not part of our culture, mental health awareness. Or skateboarding is not part of our culture. But culture is something which is constantly developing and evolving. Culture is something that grows over time. At one point, sadza was not even part of Zimbabwean culture. You know, corn and maize was brought by European travelers to Africa.
Get you.
So it's like, if sadza is part of your culture, then skateboarding can be part of your culture too, bro. So. I'm gonna change that.
Amen, amen, amen. Change the way you think. That was Tupac back then. Alrighty, just a quick one. Aqua Real Films. So if you're looking to capture life's best moments in a stunning detail, whether it's your wedding, your birthday, corporate event, or you're filming your Victoria Falls getaway, Aqua Real Films has you covered. Their creative team brings your story to life through professional photo shoots and videos that speak emotion, adventure, and style. From safari sunsets to dance floor highlights, they'll make sure every moment is remembered. Call or WhatsApp 0788 074 134. That number again, 0788 074 134. Aqua Real Films, capture, create, cherish. Book your shoot today and let your memories flow like the Zambezi. I love that last line. Hey man. So let's move on to this year. So right now, hey man, you're a very deep person for someone who's playing around with you. But now I think I understand how in such a short space of time you've managed to win their hearts, because there's a lot of passion behind it, and how you've managed actually to work through whatever you had to work through, so that you can actually, bring this up. But before I'm going to give you some quick fire questions, and you just answer as quickly as possible. Just some fun questions. But before that, bro, how do you handle working with all these kids?
It can be stressful, man. Like, it can be stressful for sure, but I just like try to let them be kids. One thing I try not to do is be their parents, you know? They have enough parenting back home. So I try to let them just be free as possible, so long as they do it in a nice and kind manner with each other. I don't know, being with kids it's so enjoyable because it helps me feel young again, you know? It helps me play and not think about life so seriously. Like sometimes I think about things so deeply. Something a kid might do, it might make me angry, but then I realize, man, they're just kids. Like they're just meant to have fun, and you don't know what's going on with their life at home too. You know, some of them might be going through some of the worst stuff ever, but still, like, I have to just keep a smile and make sure that they're having fun. Like, for me, it's so important.
Definitely, man. Because the reason why I asked, like, when I was younger, after A level, I went to become a temporary teacher. So essentially, you can be like, after A level, I don't know if they still do it now, but if you reach maybe certain grades and stuff, you can go and be a temporary teacher. So you'll be meshed with another teacher. So you're like two teachers in a class. It so happened I was put with grade 2, 7-year-olds. And remember, in our classes, it's usually 40 something. Bro, I never used to sleep in the afternoon, but during those 2 terms, when I was teaching those kids, when I would come from school, I would need an hour nap. You eat, then you take an hour nap, and then, afterwards you have your few students that you're doing extra lessons with. But I was like, that's when I really discovered, no, I could never be a teacher. I love speaking in public, I love speaking to people. Bah, kids, man. And they were 7-year-olds, and I was like, how are these little people defeating me, fam?
Because they have so much energy, and man, that energy will drain you. It'll drain you out.
That is exactly it.
Like, I've been feeling tired, and that's why I'm looking forward to my travels back home, so I can just get a rest. Like,
get a rest, You've been working, man. So let's just do a 60-second rapid fire segment. I've got just 5 questions. First one, what's your favorite skate trick?
I like frontside 180, which is when you jump and then the board turns.
Okay.
It does a 180 and you land in the opposite direction.
All right.
That's my
frontside
favorite
180.
trick, yeah.
You're gonna teach me that up.
Yeah.
And then your favorite song to skate to?
Man, that's an interesting question. I love music, and there's always so many things that are changing. There's one guy that I really like right now. His name is Bongeziwe Mabandla from South Africa. He's really good. He's really good.
Yeah, you know that one. That guy is good. That guy is good.
No, I like him a lot, man. Check him out.
Interesting. I thought you were gonna go kick,
push. Yeah, that
skate. I think that's what they say. That's what we grew up to. It's the only song that I'll be like, okay, skating song must be kick, push. Wow, interesting choice, bro. You're really becoming a Ndebele guy. Oh my word, favorite local food or snack?
I like salsa with chicken.
Salsa and chicken.
Yeah.
When you first got here, didn't the food give you, when you're trying the new things,
I don't really eat so many weird foods, so I've never tried matemba, never tried mopani worms. Like maybe I should try, but kind of a picky eater.
Mopani worms, you have to try them, just so you can tell everybody.
Yeah.
If I have to pick one for you. This should be interesting. Dream place to skate?
I think Barcelona is known as one of the skate capitals of the world. They have really smooth roads throughout, and it's near the ocean and it's very flat. It's like the whole area, so you can skate everywhere. Flat, smooth surfaces, and it's there by the beach. So nice. One of my dreams is to move to Barcelona for maybe a year and chill out there.
That'll be dope. I'm already imagining it. Then finally, what was your funniest moment while skating?
One time when I first got a skateboard when I was 10 years old, like I told you, I was outside my house holding onto the fence and pulling back and forth.
Yeah.
And this giant dog came and it bit my leg and almost took my leg off. Yeah. I still have the scar from when I was a little kid.
All right. Oh
right
yeah.
Here.
I see that.
So this giant dog almost took my leg off and I had to skip school for a week and played with a bunch of toys. So I don't know if that's funny, but it's a funny memory.
It's a funny memory, what was going on?
That really happened.
One of your biggest lesson, bro, from working in Vic Falls. Now I want to come to the town because, frankly, this is a beautiful city. That's why I'm representing it every time. This is a beautiful city. A lot of things happen here. It's a sort of a backbone in terms of financial, also to the country and everything. It's a city where people come to work as well. There's a lot happening here. But if you were to just pick a lesson from just working in Vic Falls,
I would say you gotta keep pushing no matter what.
Yeah.
So that's a good line with the push project as well. But I've seen since my inception of the idea to build a community park, there's been so many things which have came up that have discouraged me and think maybe this isn't gonna work and maybe I should go back home because this isn't gonna work out.
Yeah.
But I decided to put my head down and keep pushing. I think one of the main lessons that maybe I want to teach others is instead of using a failure as something to put you down and keep you from moving forwards, instead you have to use it as a learning experience to keep pushing harder than ever. I don't know, we had so many different pieces of land which we were sent to work on first. And then things didn't work out and and then finally it came back to Chogan Park, which was the first piece of land that actually inspired me to build a park. I saw this area, this is where I wanted to do it. Then they told me, no, you can't do it here, you gotta go there. And I was like, that kind of sucks. Then things just happening left and right and police kicking us out and telling us that skateboarding is illegal. And I'm maybe it's really not part of Zimbabwe's culture and maybe I can't even fuse it. Maybe it's too hard. But instead I decided to just keep pushing. I thought it would take a year and now it's been over 2 years that I've sacrificed.
How long have you been here for, by the way?
2 years and some months.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Hey man, but you did it. You did it. Advice for anyone wanting to follow their passion? You already say keep pushing.
Yeah, I would say as well, when I first came to Zim and I was volunteering, then I didn't really find a purpose at first, and so I wanted to go back home. I told my family, I think I'm gonna come back home. I don't think I can last for 4 months.
Yeah.
So then, they told me, nah, you should just stay. So I decided to stay, and like that's what happens, you know, when you try something new, it's not meant to just align perfectly at first. That's not what happens. Like, so if you have an interest and you want to try something, just know that at first it's probably not going to be easy. Things might not be comfortable. Moving to a new place, people are like, oh, this is different from home, and now like I want to go home. But the thing is, like, how can you ever grow as a person and change?
If you're
you have
going
to push
go
through.
To your comfort zone, you know, the first.
That's the whole point of jumping out of your comfort zone and trying something new, is that it's going to be uncomfortable. And I think a lot of people forget that. And like, if you know that and you know that's going to happen, then I think like a lot of good things will happen in your life. So just keep pushing when things seem down. Just keep going.
Yeah. Hey man, that's some inspirational stuff. Before we go, let me just one more ad, and then we're gonna talk before you go. Kalai Safaris, any day is a cruise day with Kalai Safaris. Bring your cooler, bring your cooler box, bring your people, because we take care of the vibes. Enjoy a dry cruise on the Zambezi River for just $25 and only $20 for kids under 12. Or level it up with an hour all-inclusive cruise at $50, packed with snacks and drinks for the perfect chill session on the river. And hey, December bookings are officially open. Secure your dates now before the river gets fully lit this festive season. Call or WhatsApp 0777 011 812 and let's get you cruising. That number again, 0777 011 812. Kalai Safaris, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, if you want to cruise before you go, we need to eat that dry cruise and see what happens.
I like cruising, bro. Cruising on the skateboard, cruising on the Zambezi.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Have you ever been out like to Chobe as well?
Chobe? Yeah.
I've done Zambezi, I've done Chobe.
Chobe is nice.
Both places, and I like the fact that if you do both sides, you enjoy the differences. You understand what I mean?
Chobe, the wildlife, man, is crazy.
Lots of it. Hey, man. So as we come into an end, bro, I just want to give you this moment, man. I know you worked with a lot of people. Not everything was always bad. So anyone that comes to your mind that you want to thank, anything, any gratitude, because I know this took a whole lot of people, bro.
Yeah, it did.
Anything, bro. Anybody, all the way from mom.
Yeah. Big shout out to my parents for sure. Yeah, they're the ones who initially like forced me into some nonprofit work, and now here I am today. So and they also supported financially like majority of this whole initiative. So a huge thanks to them. I love you guys so much. My grandmother, she's a huge inspiration for me, and she's like started her own foundation, and the motto is bringing beauty into the world through playfulness. So I've took it as my life mission to continue her journey of bringing beauty into the world through playfulness. Also, huge shout out to Blessing Munyaniwa. He's the one who brought Matter, my organization, to Zimbabwe. So without him, I wouldn't be here. He's helped tremendously throughout the whole process. Every time any of those hiccups that I was talking about that made me want to go home came up, he's the one who sorted it out.
Like, you know
when I got arrested, he was the one who went to the police and told them let him out. Like, so yeah, shout out Blessing, shout out Wild Horizons. They're the ones who helped us out with this land here. They're holding the lease, so
they're the one who've been like doing some nice development in terms of, you know,
the grass and the lawns and stuff,
man. Make it look beautiful, man. This is the main road, it has to be like this. Beautiful,
exactly,
bro.
Shout out Love for Africa, Blessings Company. Shout out Wonders Around the World. They're the ones who built this skateboarding park. It's a non-profit organization that arranges volunteers from all over the world. So like 14 volunteers from 10 different countries came here to build a skate park.
Oh, nice.
So
I was wondering, bro, because I kept following you. Remember, you were posting those reels. Day 1 of whatever, day 13 of building, you know. And I was like, where did you get those people from? And also, it's our first skate park. How do they all know how to do this? You know, I kept on, So it's
Wonders Around the World.
Wonders Around the World.
Yeah, shout out them. Shout out JVan for helping us push the initiative and getting us out on the screens. And shout out to everyone who has donated us skateboards and just made this dream a reality.
Just a quick one, how much are these things, bro?
How much is a skateboard? Depends, but
let's put a general one.
Yeah, like a good setup, like a complete skateboard is maybe like $100. $100
US.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. Hey. All right. Hey, man. It's been a pleasure, bro.
Thank you so much.
I don't wanna lie. It's been a long time coming, like I did say earlier on. Personally, I just respect people who are able to make any kind of change. You understand? You pulled up. It's not about your face. It's about what everyone can see in the streets. For example, everybody should know you. Do you know why? Because when these kids go back home, they say where we're coming from. So it means all their parents know you. Everybody knows about you. And probably the reason why you eventually get support, you know, to get things done. So, bruh, congrats, respect, and thanks for your time as well.
Yeah,
thanks for your time, man.
Thank you.
It's been a long time coming. We were meant to shoot this 2-3 weeks ago. Then there was the rain. Then there was what. But anyway, this is how it goes down. Views and Vibes with JVan, man. Romo Media is the name of our page. Please do subscribe to Romo Media on YouTube. Please do follow at JVan Svanda, Facebook, Twitter, Facebook, X, Instagram, and of course you can also follow us on TikTok, man. Just click subscribe on YouTube and just click that button there, the one that gives you the bell. Then each and every time we drop something, we're actually the first person to actually see it. We are doing our best to make sure our episodes come each and every week as we continue to grow. If you're watching this at this moment, it means you have watched to the end. Thank you. I respect you. Keep supporting us. DJ JVan signing out. We rock.